I went to Jimmy Fallon's Tonightmares, and I am here to tell you why you absolutely should not. Happy hauntings, cretins, seasoned spookings, creeps. My name is Chris. I'm the only person talking horror on the internet. Jimmy Fallon's Tonightmares was the second haunted attraction that I did this year, in the second state overall that I did them in. Watch to the end for my ratings on both individual fields and my overall score. I met Miss Alex Stitchins at Rockefeller Center in the heart of New York City to go to the first ever Jimmy Fallon's Tonightmares. A collaboration between Jimmy Fallon and the folks that curate Universal Studios' Halloween Horror Nights. I was foolishly optimistic about Tonightmares. Jimmy Fallon talks up Halloween Horror Nights every year, so I'm told. I don't watch that bullshit. I thought he was a fan and wanted to do this for real reasons. Flip side of that coin, I assumed that as Halloween Horror Nights gets bigger in scale and popularity every year, as Universal nears completion of the year-round Halloween Horror Nights that's opening in Vegas and Dark Universe in Orlando next spring, I thought this could be them putting out feelers for interest in a New York City Horror Nights, as that almost makes too much sense. Unfortunately, one or both parties shit the bed during their Tonightmare, and we were left with a lazy, uninspired haunt that's basically the third grade Halloween fundraiser from your elementary school gymnasium, and you don't even get to stick your hands in guts or eyeballs. You know, I always wondered where they do get all those eyeballs from. They're grapes? Get the fuck. Upon entering Rockefeller Center, you descend an escalator to the depths of the lower floor of the Rockefeller Center. There, you stand in some lines. We went on opening day, so it wasn't long before we were at the front of the line. I asked the line attendant if the attraction was any good. She told me yes. I asked her if she's a haunt person. She told me no, this was the first that she had ever been to. I asked her what she liked about it. She told me, when you're inside, it feels longer than it actually is. I remarked, that's what she said for the record-setting, second greatest That's What She Said of all time. Very funny. They then put you into a room that's far too large to be an elevator, but Jimmy Fallon's disembodied voice tells you that it's an elevator, so it's an elevator. He introduces you to his assistant Taylor, who's going to walk you through his Tonightmares. It's odd, but whatever. Before you enter his Tonightmares, though, you do have to take the elevator down a few floors. This is accomplished by lights in the corners of the elevator moving upwards to simulate downward movement. And that's it. I've been to several haunts that have elevator gags. I have never been to one that looked this bad. And yes, of course, the elevator starts dropping too quickly. If you didn't notice that that was happening, rest assured, pre-recorded Jimmy Fallon is there to tell you that that's what's happening. You then enter Jimmy Fallon's bedroom before officially entering his Tonightmares. Oh, and hands push in on the wall above a bed, a la A Nightmare on Elm Street. It looked better 40 years ago in A Nightmare on Elm Street. And then you finally get to enter the room before the first room of Jimmy Fallon's Tonightmares. In this walk-in closet-sized, all-black room with nothing but you and a TV in it, tour guide Taylor pushes a button on a wall and words come on the screen as Jimmy Fallon says some shit like, "I've always been scared of running out of gas at a gas station, because what if the gas station is owned by hillbilly cannibals?" You then walk into a room painted brown that has a gas pump in it. A hillbilly cannibal goes, "Ugh!" And then another hillbilly cannibal goes, "Ugh!" And then you walk into another blacked out walk-in closet-sized room. Taylor pushes a button and Jimmy Fallon says, "That was pretty scary, but not as scary as getting lost in a corn maze. I hope there's no monsters in there." You walk into a room that has a bunch of corn stalks and a clear path to the next room. Corn monster goes, "Ugh!" And then another corn monster goes, "Ugh!" On to another walk-in closet. "Wow, I can't believe you made it out of there. I should have you as a guest on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon trademark. It's a full moon tonight, so I hope none of my assistants are werewolves." You walk onto a scaled-down set of The Tonight Show. Werewolf goes, another werewolf goes, you get the picture. It's that for 10 closets, 10 rooms. Then they're just like, "Hey, it's over, get your picture taken." And the picture behind you drops and Taylor is supposed to scare you. We didn't even notice that it happened until we looked at the picture. And that's it. Total time elapsed from building entrance to building exit, 15 minutes 42 seconds. Jimmy Fallon's Tonightmares itself is roughly 8 minutes long, and of that, Probably 6 of those minutes are spent in closet-sized spaces looking at words on a screen, listening to Jimmy Fallon talk. There's no merch, no food, no additional attractions or things to look at. It's just up escalator is that way, have a good night. I suppose if you wanted to count that there's a chance that you'll end up on The Tonight Show as a bonus, sure, that could happen. But frankly, I'd be embarrassed to be on television because I was scared of this shit. Here's your breakdown. Scariness, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. Any potential tension that could be built is immediately dissolved as you move to the next room and have Jimmy Fallon start talking again. Fun factor is an 8 out of 10, but I don't think it's the fun that they want or intend. It's closer to bonding with your group about how much this sucks. Originality is an 8 out of 10. Listen, I'm remaining objective here. I've never had a guide, I've never had a voiceover moving me through. I've never had a house that was singularly curated, let alone doubly. I'm not saying that it's good or bad, I'm just saying it's original. Storytelling is a 3 out of 10. There's no story, it's just, we should do an alien room, so I'll say some shit about aliens. The story is Jimmy Fallon is scared of shit, this is the shit that he's scared of. Performances are 6 out of 10. The Taylor character is good. I don't doubt that others would do more if they had been given more directive. But the only directive that they've received is, sets are a 2 out of 10. This may be the biggest disappointment of all factors. They made such a thing about how these sets were shipped from Hollywood, no expense was spared, blah fucking blah. I've been to hobbyist home haunts that are better dressed than this was. Accommodations, not applicable, because there aren't any. If you want to call that a 0, I don't have a problem with you doing so. I don't think that haunts are required to do additional accommodations. If you're expecting it, it's a 0 for you. Value is a 2 out of 10. I paid $30 for a ticket to this. The cave that I did in my prior review, 52 minutes long, was $30. I understand that this is New York City as opposed to bumfuck Ohio, but this is a $15 New York City attraction, $4 in bumfuck Ohio money. Overall, and this is not an average of those ratings, Jimmy Fallon's Tonightmares is a 1.5 out of 10 haunt. I do not recommend it. There are people who are recommending it, and people do have different taste, and that's fine. I'll just throw to you that I am more interested in being honest with those of you who are watching than crossing my fingers that Jimmy Fallon's going to see my video and tell you to check me out. I will, however, tell you to check out Alex. She is the best and she talks spooky stuff as well. Go give her a follow. That's going to do it for today, creeps. Do all these things. Let me know if you went to Tonightmares and what you thought of it right over here. And as always, this is all just a matter of opinion. Go there yourself, make your own decisions, remain critical, support haunts, support horror.